My name is Lenisha. I hope you are doing grand and I hope this message finds you well. I am a divination practitioner, holistic consultant, multifaceted advisor, and wise counsel. If you have never seen my face or come across my content before, I don't just do readings, I give advice in many areas, and the list goes on. If you are ever looking to schedule in a session with me, please make sure you reach out to me directly. There's something going on with TikTok. So I don't know if live is going to work for me or not. It's currently 4:56 a.m. It's a Sunday. Today is the 25th of January. It's almost like this month went by a little quick, right? Maybe it's going exactly how it needs to be going. All right. I think everybody's TikTok is acting up, actually. Maybe if I do a live, it'll still go smoothly. Tia Gordon, Miss You, is a song that's significant. Put the struggle out of you. I keep picking up on that energy, but usually I'll go based, well, I'm not going to say usually, but sometimes I'll go based off the channel song. But right now, I don't really feel too much called to do that. I just feel called to just pull some cards and just see what comes out. Like how I used to do several years ago. When I would just create a message. Oh my gosh, my cards. I gotta be more careful with them. Wow, that was a crazy shuffle. If you guys would like to get a message out of the collective, feel free. But don't forget, it is a collective. Every message may not be for you. Okay? I'm not here to cause confusion or stress. So only take what resonates for you and for your life. It could be confirming messages of the past, present, and future. On the back of the deck is the Eight of Swords. That could be significant for some of you guys. Being trapped in the mind with fears, worries, and stress. Could pull the struggle out of you. Your spiritual team, like, I could pull the struggle out of you. It doesn't have to necessarily be your spiritual team. It could be any and everyone. I'm all of a sudden getting in this energy to just flow freely and not judge things, not be as specific with things. Because sometimes when you have certain beliefs, you let that take control of everything. If you're a believer in God, you place God in everything. You know? Here I am with, oh, your spiritual team said. So, we're just going to flow. Just going to flow. If you guys want to be a part of the collective, make sure you are double tapping the screen. TikTok is acting up at the moment, so I can't really see the viewers. But I do see some of you guys popping up, sharing the live and double tapping. Thank you for that. What message do I have for the collective? On the back is the Six of Pentacles. Generosity. Giving and receiving. Now I'm seeing the Seven of Swords and the Hangman, which doesn't have to be significant, but it can be. What is the message here for the collective? For the struggle out of you. What is the message here for the collective? Let's see. And I don't have to keep repeating it, so I'm gonna just see what comes out. On the back of the deck is Hater. Pull the struggle out of you. Somebody could have a pink bedroom. Somebody could like the color pink. I'm seeing pink hair. Someone could be feeling blue. You could be wearing blue. Cancer energy is significant. Gemini, Libra, and or Aquarius. It's very important that you learn to get out of your head. Because being in this energy is causing you to miss out on opportunities. You need to dream again. You need to tap back in with your imagination. For whoever can resonate with this message. If you're not in this energy right now, God forbid, right, that you'll get into it in the future. But if you do, this is just a futuristic message. A lot of you guys are currently in this energy. And for some, maybe I'm confirming things of the past. Maybe you were in this energy before. Maybe you've overcome this energy. And it's just acknowledging how far you've come. Just take the messages how it resonates for you. TikTok picked a fine time to act up. I was ready to get on here around 4 or 5 a.m. And it's over here tripping. But that's fine. We always still gonna get a message out here. Okay, I'm feeling called to use this deck, so. God bless my. This song is by Jhené Aiko. It's called Break. It's funny, this energy is very significant because I was just watching Vampire Diaries and I'm currently in the season where Stefan has turned back into a Ripper. Short after, like, you know, Bonnie did some type of spell to bring Jeremy back and shifted the whole plane of being alive versus not being alive, and there was a witch who took advantage of that. Then Lexi came back to help him, and then she left because Bonnie closed it out, or whatever the case may be, right? So I'm around that part, but I'm actually a little bit more after it, where Michael is now in the picture. He met Stefan and Damon in the bar. But overall, like I'm saying, because the song that just went off, right, by Tia Gordon, Miss You, and now this song by Jhené Aiko, Break, and me not long ago watching that episode, it just gives this energy of like getting someone out of something, whether it's a rough patch, whether it's mainly that rough patch energy. She said, I could pull the struggle out of you. And then it's like Jhené Aiko with this Break song. I don't know if I heard a particular lyric that made it click even more, or if me reading the word break made something click. We got health on the back of the deck. Water sign energy. Could be tied to emotional and mental health. Other things as well. Someone else is coming out in honeymoon. It's coming out in the reverse. Honeymoon says honeymoon phase, attending someone's wedding. And someone else says someone is in the middle. Someone is trying to sabotage this. It's coming out in the reverse. And usually when I see reversals, I would possibly still read it in its upright position. Maybe even in a more potent energy. Sometimes. Another way that I will possibly read it is in the complete opposite of the upright position. And another way I will read it is in a more shadowed aspect, right? A more darker, not negative, but darker side. And darker can be very much plural, not just limited to just one specific energy of like darker. Welcome in, you guys. This is a collective. If you want to be a part of the collective, make sure you are double tapping the screen so I can pull more, pick more up on your energy. Airplanes could be significant. Traveling somewhere on a honeymoon. Attending someone's wedding. And I'm also getting this energy like somebody could be hating on other people's happiness because they're not yet able to see the good things in their life or be able to be in a certain energy to where they can feel happy. A lot of people are in apathy, discontentment. So it's making it a bit hard for people to even feel certain energy, be happy about certain energy, or even look at certain energy. It's similar to like a couple walking down the street laughing, maybe even having a child, and it's like this other person who possibly just had a breakup, possibly found out that their ex is seeing someone else, and it's like they have no, it's like they can't be happy or something. Yeah. But before you all get yourselves worked up, whatever your story is, because everybody's story is different, before you guys get yourself worked up to be in like a certain negative mood, make sure you get more information on the situation. That's like hearing a tarot reading and it's telling you, oh, your boyfriend is cheating on you, and you take that and run with it. Now you ruined your day. You don't even know if it's true or not, because we cling so much to things. Not every message will be for you. If something brings you that much stress or anxiety, then you got to leave that message for somebody else, you know? So it's like, whether this is your message coming up, someone else's message is coming up, I'm just getting this particular energy. I'm getting multiple messages, actually. There is not anyone else getting in the way of anything. The only person that's able to get in the way of anything and bring your mood down will be you. Sometimes when people feel like they're not where they want to be in life financially or emotionally and all this other stuff, this is what places them in this energy. But a lot of times, way even before all of this, there was something that was already a wound that existed. So it's like now coming into all these other things and societal norms and trends and like all this stuff, that's what puts a damper on a person even more. So if someone isn't in the best energy, Gemini, Libra, and or Aquarius energy could be significant. I said that earlier, along with, I mentioned Cancer energy. Scorpio is significant as well. And the energy of Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and Cancer. Let's start with Cancer. It can tie to home and family. Okay? It can also tie to nurturing. So these things could be significant rather than just a zodiac sign. Okay? Now, Scorpio can tie to transformation and secretive. Okay, Aquarius can tie to independent and idealistic. Pisces can tie to deep emotions, intuitive. Libra can tie to relationships and balance. Gemini ties to communication and intelligence. So these things most definitely could be significant. Let me get my notebook. I see it in your face, but I pull the struggle out of you. This song is by Jhené Aiko. It's called Overstimulated. Most definitely somebody could be overstimulated. Just so I don't lose track on the things that I want to say, and just so I can have it written down in my face. So we know that air energy is significant. Air signs. Okay, which is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And Gemini energy is the twin energy. And it also can signify communication. John Z, go lay down. Libra is tied to relationships. You okay? Aquarius ties to independent. And idealistic. Libra is the scales, representing balance or justice. Okay, air energy usually can tie to travel, communication, the mind or mental. Communication, travel, intellect. That's what I can think of as of right now. Okay, and then the other energy that's significant is Cancer and Scorpio. And Cancer was referring to home and family. As well as nurturing. Scorpio is tied to secretive. And transformation. And with this hater energy, it usually says one that dislikes or disapproves the achievements and victories of another. That's literally what I'm picking up on. So somebody is in this energy of disliking or disapproving of the achievements and victories of another. This can be in any way, but mind y'all, I had told y'all, whomever this person is, or if this is your energy or whatever the case may be, somebody is in this space because I guess they're in apathy, right? They're in this Four of Cups energy. Maybe certain things happen in their love life, their home and family life, or their friendships or romantic relationships. It possibly could have been something that was very traumatizing. Maybe they trusted in someone. Because listening to the ending of that overstimulated song, it almost sounds like trigger warning, like she was roofied or somebody drugged her or something. And she was just screaming, losing control, like realizing that she wasn't okay. And somebody was just like, it's okay, just calm down. Like, just, you know. And the next song is The Moon in the Sky by Sade. And we have Let Go here. It says, make room for the new beginning on its way to you now. So I feel like whomever is in regret, whomever is in discontentment, I feel like they're needing to let this go. For a lot of you guys, if this is not your energy, which for some of you guys it is, maybe it's talking about someone that's a part of your life, was a part of your life, who meant something to you, or they're still energetically coming out in your spread for some reason. Like, for example, you could have a father figure that's in this energy, and this is giving you answers to why he shows up how he shows up. Because it's affecting you in some type of way. Right? Now, for others of you guys, if this is your own personal energy, whomever this is, whomever reading this is, you've been betrayed, you've been hurt, you've been tricked, you've been lied to, you've been crossed. to the point to where you possibly would not want to know if someone is operating out of deceit. You'll probably be one of those people that'll be like, if somebody is doing something behind my back, don't even tell me about it. Some of you guys. Somebody could be at a crossroads from two separate paths or decisions. She has on a blindfold or something that's covering her eyes. Swords usually, mind you, what we talked about with the air energy, represents truth, justice, communication, intellect, travel. And the Seven of Cups is here as well, usually deeming something as having many options, opportunities, choices. It can also tie to being up in the clouds, confusion, illusion. It's almost giving me this energy that something is looking a certain way or coming off in a certain way, but that's not really what it is. Like, for instance, you would think, oh, somebody doesn't really care about me that much because this is how they show up, and the whole time they care about you tremendously. I don't know why I'm picking up on that. I feel like whomever this is, they need to get out of their head because they're making life worse and more like painful than what it has to be. They're even hating on other people's happiness, achievements, etc. This could be you, it could be someone else. I'm not sure. I don't want to be specific and say, oh, collective, this is your energy. You know? So if it is your energy, then you'll know to take that for you. But it'll be your turn. The thing is, we have to stop being in this energy where we like, oh, when is it going to be my turn? Everybody else is winning. I'm unhappy right now. I don't want to see a couple walking down the sidewalk happy. Like, da-da-da. Like, you never know that one of those times when you were happy in a relationship that people could have been looking at you like that whole time. You just happy, living your life, enjoying. So you see how it would feel, right? It's like people just be alive and maneuvering. You know, we all sometimes, you know how the world is. People grieving on one side of the world. People celebrating on the other. People just lost their loved ones, and other people just graduated from college. Like, it's billions, trillions, millions, whatever of people in the world. And I feel like whomever this is, you missing out on opportunities. You missing out on being in a better energy. You missing out on building connections, learning yourself, learning others, connecting with others, connecting more with yourself. Because you instantly get like shut off and go into like this particular energy. That's why life does not feel grand. That's why you can go to a wedding and still not feel happy. Or happy for these other individuals. Even if you're looking at it on your phone like, oh, okay, skip. And it's nothing wrong with it. You know, you do what you want to do with your fingers. But at the same time, a lot of things is deeper than that. You're not skipping just because. You're skipping because there's some type of inner conflict or turmoil. Twins could be significant. So you have to make room for the new beginning that's on its way. But being in this energy, you're going to miss out on it. Whoever this message is for. It's never going to be the right time. But this is something that you're manifesting. And for others of you, you need to tell the universe exactly what it is that you want so that it can come to you now. But being in this energy, it will never be the right time for you. For whatever is trying to come in, it'll never be the right time because your energy is you're still not receptive. Still closed off. Still in apathy. Still experiencing this conflict. I feel like y'all been warned already when it came to this. Your intuition, like, if you listen to your intuition, you'll see. It says the red flags you ignore now will come back to bite you later. I need you guys to get back intimate with life again. Feel again, but not in the most depressional, low vibrational way. That's not living life at all. Mad at the world. I'm seeing a fish hook. Then I'm hearing old age becomes you. This song is called Lucid Dreams by Leon Thomas. Maybe some of you guys, your dreams are very significant. For sure with the Seven of Cups here as well. There's a guardian angel, a lost loved one who watches over you. I feel that they are at peace. Even with all the stuff that may have happened to them before they left the plane. If they were still here and alive, they probably would be just as possibly, you know, mad and upset as you was. But I had always had this, like, feeling before I even really came into, like, a certain level where I am now. I always had this feeling that when you pass over, you just at peace for real. Like, all that human stuff and being upset, you know, with people who hurt you and betrayed you. I just feel like all of that just vanishes. It just goes away. It's just not that deep. That's why I had, you know, channeled this energy of whomever this is. I feel like they're at peace. And if they're at peace, that could be a sign to you to not be, you know, stuck in lower vibrational energy. Because it's not really doing anything for you except for causing you to age quicker. Because you causing your body to attack itself. Being stressed, being depressed, not eating right, not taking care of yourself. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. That's why you even be even more in this energy as well. People getting married. This person a narcissist. This. Let's focus back on self. Let's dress up again. Let's feel excited about life again. Let's just go do stuff. Know that you are not alone. Spiritually and on the 3D plane. Even if you're going through your own stuff and cut people off and like all this stuff, you still never alone. And I also mean this in a way that know that there are people who are going through similar things as you who you possibly don't even know. And who you possibly do know. This song is by Sade. It's called By Your Side. Your angels are very significant. You could see things so me. Hold you tight to me. Connect to the earth. Nature is healing. Get into your herbs. Hug the trees. Go outside in nature. Dance in the rain. Slide in the snow. Dry on. In no time. Get some of that sun. the wind blow on your skin. You know me better than that. Some of y'all too stuck in these energies and personalities that are not even yours. Oh, come on. You know me better than. You know I ain't finna go do that now. You would have done it. But you all operating from your trauma and all this other energy. Maybe this will help you understand people outside of yourself more better as well. Love conquers all, honey. Look, stripping illusions. Burden. Yup. I'll be there. It's a new day, honey. You gotta let down the burdens, honey. That's what the illusion is. Burdens. We give ourselves karma. We out here stressed and depressed. That's because we causing ourselves to be. Nothing is ever really that deep. We just take things in a particular way that deep. How we look at things, how we perceive things. Your beliefs create your reality. Your choices, your thoughts. And people wonder why the world is how it is. It's just been taught, been programmed. People just giving up and just decided that it was better to be bitter. Some of you guys have regret. If you look up the definition of regret, it may surprise you. Because I know sometimes we be thinking we know what the meanings are to things until we look them up and we be like, oh shoot. Any more messages here for the collective? Remember we was talking about that Scorpio energy and it was telling us about transformation? Here go transformation. I'm thinking of that game. Is it Roadrunner? I'm not sure. Caterpillars could be significant. Swirls. This song is called Note to Self by Mariah the Scientist. Some of you guys, you should write yourself a letter. Some of you guys should journal. Do some heart chakra work. Talking about what is it? Didn't know it existed. It's within myself. That's why they say it's within you. That's why they say love self. Because that's how you're going to be really able to love any and everything else. Nature. Being able to have fun again. Connecting with people. ESTIUC. Need help. You tell. Changes. There go that swirl again. Cycle of life could be significant. Darts. Kung Fu. You know how as something is a caterpillar and then it forms into this and that, chrysalis and then butterfly, like all that stuff. That's what I'm thinking of. Cycle of life. Now I'm seeing a like aliens or this spaceship looking thing. Forgiveness, yes. The sun and the moon. Wow. Ego, pride, personality, feelings, emotions. creativity, intuition, love, relationships. Inner journey and letting go. That's what it is. This is possibly not something that you can physically touch, but something that shifts your whole internal world. This manifestation makes sense. See, that's what they mean by the answers literally being in your face. Because that's literally what I had already said. But I'm just now having this whole breakthrough or awakening or shift. But I basically said exactly what I've awoken to. It's like the answers really already be there. It's just about understanding it or perceiving it, seeing it in a particular way. And I haven't heard this song ever since I had on like my playlist. This is by G Herbo and Southside. It's called Went Legit. He said every day some new shit. Beefing with my... And then I think he said, but life's still good or something he said. But I'm telling you, life is what you make it. If you live in apathy and depression and stress, that's how life is going to be. That's how life is going to feel. Not great. And then you probably are going to start responding in those matters. If you're not happy, you possibly 9 times out of 10 not going to respond out of happiness. This is what they mean by they say you can't buy happiness, etc. Even if you get all the money in the world. Trust me, there's been people who got all the money in the world and they still alone. They still unhappy. I'm telling you, whatever this manifestation is not necessarily something that you can buy or that you possibly can physically touch. It's something... Somebody is struggling to release and to let go. But your intuition, or you've already been getting some type of clarity about this, to release these things, this be gentle with yourself, is totally overstandable. What will help you even more, see, a lot of times we feel like we're in these energies because we officially didn't really heal. We just let time go by and we suppressed and we said, oh, I'm fine. We didn't journal about it. We didn't talk about it. We just got upset. First, there probably was sadness, but then that sadness eventually turned into anger, which eventually turned into resentment. Now all of a sudden you have fears and insecurities and I'm seeing the night sky with stars. This song is by Doja Cat. It's called Bottom Bitch. 3:45 on the clock. Angel number 2 is significant. Angel number 4, angel number 7. Angel number 22, 29, and 23, as well as 32. I'm picking up on 5s and 6s as well. A lot of you guys, you can get yourself out of this energy, as we all can. It's a burden, so lay it down. So that you can ascend, so that you can come into greater, so that you can feel better. Ooh, that's my... I'm having... She... my... Ooh, we gotta simplify life. We just be stressing ourselves out. I understand that may have felt hurtful and seemed unfair and like all this other stuff, but I'm telling you, that's the perception. That's how you take it things. If you take things like that, of course it's gonna hurt 10 times more. Literally. You gotta start looking at things like forgive people for they know not what they do. Half the people mean well. I don't know what that was flying. And a lot of y'all, when you start doing this, you're going to start pulling pieces out that can repair a puzzle. To where your magic will start repairing itself back into your reality. Look, I'm telling you, forgive and release. This is how you're going to be whole again. This is how you're going to be stepping into not just happiness, but joy. That's bliss. And it's crazy, even though these things seem like it's not connected, the fear will leave as well. The insecurities. Yeah. Yeah. See, this says stay optimistic. It's basically like substituting negative for positive. Substituting. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. That's the law of attraction, honey. What you think you feel. What you feel you think. You attract. I'm telling you. Look, redirect your thoughts. I'm telling you. I made posts like this before, and then I even myself find myself getting back into anger and resentment, even when I've already came into the awakenings before. That's because at times, I guess, maybe practice makes perfect. Maybe reminding yourself, or maybe overall just healing. Sometimes we really don't be healing. And then we go reverting back to that same energy because we still feel like something is not yet settled. We still feel the pain. We still feel this. And now it's becoming a burden at this point. Because now you're not even happy. You can't be happy. But I told you, look, unconditional love. Give this to yourself. And then it will manifest outside of yourself. That's when the forgiveness kicks in. That's when all this other stuff kicks in. So I guess you got to tend to self first. Whenever you feel yourself shifting into the complete opposite, catch yourself. Practice mindfulness, gratitude. Remember, some of y'all, it may be easier said than done, but at the same time, it could actually be as simple as you think. It can really be simpler than you think. Just being consistent and not negative, because that's what you're gonna attract every time. Oh, this ain't working, man. Now you know what? I'm too mad. F everybody. I don't care. I know I said I was going down this path. Nah, I don't care. I'ma be mad because you not. That's just you. You're not gonna reach the levels and heights that you want to reach for real in your love life, with self, with others. And when I say love, I don't just mean people itself, but I mean your emotions, being able to feel, being able to love for real. You don't just have a heart to love other people. How do you think you're able to feel? That's the emotions. I remember I was so numb in the world, I couldn't even feel the wind on my skin, which is crazy. Because based on science, we have nerves in the body, and you can feel any little thing, even like a pinch. So for me not to feel the wind was crazy. It was blowing real hard. So that's how you know it's really powerful how like the numbness and like all this stuff, that's not where we want to be. That's not where we want to be. And what gets you there is pain, trauma, still apathy overall. Let go of the need to control. Just release. It's really giving emphasis on release. Whomever this message is for. You, them, they, everybody. Reconciliation is coming out in the reverse. See, a lot of things can be in a particular way that you've dreamt of, that you probably wished for, but we are the only ones keeping ourselves from it. And the crazy thing is, people outside of us don't even make it no better, right? Because we all just around here just so operating in like similar energies with all this aggression and anger and pain and apathy and like all this stuff. The world is so segregated as it is. We walk straight by each other. But something the Empire State. But a lot of times you have to continue to build and work on this. Because sometimes you may think, okay, well, I'm ready to reconcile. I'm ready to, you know, go out into the world and do this and do that. And now you're back in the same. Nah. Sade, is it a crime? Is it a crime? It's not a crime. But when we operate in particular energies, it's a crime to ourselves. It ain't helping nobody either. Welcome in, you guys. This is a collective. Yeah. That's why separation be a thing anyway. If with our free will, leave it up to us, we'll be unaliving everybody. Unaliving self, unaliving people, just child. So we have to come correct in our own energies. Do what we need to do in our own energies and spaces so that we can, you know, and that's really just forgiving and releasing and staying optimistic and redirecting our thoughts and unconditionally loving ourselves, therefore other individuals. And I'm telling you, it sounds like a lot, but it's really not. It all boils down to just love and forgiving and releasing. And for a lot of you guys who connect with Jesus, that was the way. A life of inner peace, tranquility, still being in that energy without losing self, without having resentment because, well, everybody else not in this energy like I am. Because I'm telling you, that's what's going to break through that whole barrier, because it's not going to matter what everybody else doing. Because it's like you're embedded in like a particular energy to where you don't even look at things or see things in a particular way. Therefore, you don't feel it coming up in that particular way. That may not have made as much sense to some of you guys, but if you know for sure. Just like how I read this spread, another person who possibly didn't have that particular outlook on how I had it, or whatever the case may be, they would have said the most negative things ever with this spread. It happens. I had my fair share of readings that I did, child. It's just the way of life, the way of thinking, the way of being, the way of feeling, but it all boils down to one thing. Emotional and mental health. It's a cycle. With humans, it's just a repeat. I'm looking at it in the spirit right here, right now. It's just, that's what we do. I've done the same thing before. I come into a space where I'm like, okay, I see, okay, it makes sense, and then I'm continuing down that path, and then next thing you know, somebody trigger me, and I'm like, you know what, narcissist bastard, or you know what I'm saying? Because it don't help when you got other human beings who passing that same information around too, and when you resonate with it so much at the same time, But why would you not? If I mean, it's been like this for decades. It's been accidentally picked up on. It's been experienced, and that's just what the name is for it, right? Nah. There's not just one way of being, one way of thinking. There's negative, there's positive. There's light and there's dark. And now I can see where that balance come in. Some people in the middle, some people on one end, some people on the other. I created a saying a while ago that anything that's negative is false. And my butt most definitely got back into negativity, child. Even when I came into the awakening, it's crazy. That's why I'm telling you. God's to heal, God's to be in this forgiving and releasing energy. And a lot of times, you could be really successful at it and then find yourself back in the loop of stress, depression, apathy. That's not because you failed or because that's being delusional. That ain't gonna work. Nah. See, there you go. If you felt like it was that delusional, you wouldn't be trying to practice it. Or you wouldn't be trying to get into it. Or you wouldn't have the awakening in the first place. And you see this song, Water Be Over by KWN. She said, don't waste your time waiting on me. Don't waste your time waiting for me. Waiting for me meaning I'll be waiting for this war to be over or some. See, I'm telling you. I feel like your spirit team, your higher self, whatever, right? Even without acknowledging these things or saying these things, it don't even have to be spiritual team. It don't even have to be God. Just giving a message. Feel like y'all have already been seeing signs. Something's been trying to speak to you. Past over loved one, higher self, your own intuition, something. Maybe even the human beings in this life without even telling you directly. Some telling you directly. I mean, I'm here telling you directly. But others just, I don't know. So it makes sense having so many humans in the world because regardless, you'll be able to learn regardless. You can be betrayed, lied to, tricked, misled, misguided, mistaught, and still come into your highest potential, peace, etc. And that would make sense for peace to be the goal because, I mean, there are a lot of things that are outside of your control, especially other human beings. We're all autonomous. Bring Me Sunshine, Willie Nelson. What do I want to call this playlist? Now Don Toliver coming on, No Idea. I remember when I was in Georgia, at the time, when I graduated from high school in 2019, I had got married to the person who I was dating since the 11th grade. They were enlisted in the Army, so I became a military spouse. And I connected with these military spouses, Army specifically, when we got stationed in Georgia. He got stationed in Georgia. Child. We went to this party because the person I married at the time, child, was just cutting up. They been cutting up. I just didn't know it. So I caught myself going with these two girls out to this house party. Almost definitely had me a ball, child. I'm usually like a homebody or whatever, but it's just something about when you not in your hometown and you just go out somewhere, a whole nother state. I'm from Texas, apparently, and child was in Georgia. Oh yeah. And at that time, I was what? How old was I? I wasn't 19, because I know my mom, when she passed October 11 of 2020, I was 19. So this was before my mom even passed. So all I know is I was before 19. I can't really think right now. And this song, Don Toliver, came on, and I think I was like crossfaded. Child, this song was a vibe. It was vibing. And ever since then, that song was on repeat, honey. But I haven't heard it in a while, so I had thought of that moment. You would think that was possibly a grand time of my life, but it was the most horrible time of my life. But you see how I'm able to like mention it and talk about it, going back into with this reading. I could see why a certain particular situation caused depression, stress, psychological stress. Well, no, so I came into psychological stress when my mom passed, not when me and that person was going through stuff. Or, I mean, everything could have possibly came tumbling down, and that's when the psychological stress had happened. Because I know I was in the gym every day, more than twice. And I ain't slacking. So I realized that it was psychological stress. At least it was me going to the gym. It could have been something else that wasn't productive or wasn't healthy that I was just indulging in repetitively. But yeah, it's cool to be able to like mention certain things of that time, because my memory is still not back, right? I actually don't remember a lot about my life anymore. And I feel like that's because I went through so much stuff back to back to back to back. Never had no break. Never had no break, honey. So I guess eventually, without me even realizing it, until I'm like trying to recall stuff, and I'm like, bro, why I can't remember shit? Like, I can't remember my life. It wasn't funny though. It's still not funny, honey. I wish that I could remember stuff, but I'm sure it'll come back. ChatGPT said that it will come back when my nervous system feels safe again. And I'm thinking, as I'm saying that right now, my nervous system possibly would have started feeling a lot bit safer if... And this is not like blaming myself or anything, because I can totally understand why my nervous system is still, how it is. But I also have control over myself, like, to an extent, right? To where if I take something personal and if I look at something in a particular way, It's possibly going to stress me out. I'm probably going to get depressed. Because I'm naturally like a loving person, a sensitive person, whatever the case may be. So, me realizing that I became in a particular energy, depression, stress, etc., because how I was taking things and how like certain things made me feel. Because, you know, I was always a grand person, still a grand person, but went through deep betrayal and like other stuff, not just within romantic connections, but friendships, family, even strangers, child. Nothing was safe. Nobody was safe, child. People disappointing me, feeling this way, feeling that way. So now I think about it, I can like understand, but putting this in with the reading, how I was talking about that situation, you probably would have looked like that wasn't the most horrifying time of my life, because I was able to be like, yes, honey, because this, da 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 da. But when I started elaborating a little bit more, and I was like, yeah, that was one of the horrible times of my life. You like, oh. You was over there, like, you know, reminiscing and smiling and stuff. So I'm like, but nah, I was just thinking about the time back when I was feeling like good, but I wasn't even feeling good for it. That's crazy. But imagine if I would have been not able to speak on the situation or speak on it in a way that was bitter, etc. So, aside from that, this also shows that you can move forward from things. And I really forgot the point that I was trying to make originally. But the way that we perceive things, feel about things, father wounds, mother wounds, friendships, embarrassment, abandonment, betrayal, acceptance or not feeling accepted. I feel a lot of that stuff really all stems down to childhood, honestly. Because then you be going to school. You can't catch no break at school, child. Then you got your parents who possibly didn't know any better. Because their parents didn't know any better. And their parents didn't know any better. And their parents didn't know any better. And their parents didn't know any better. It's like a whole, it's like a whole thing. Smooth operator, Sade. But forgiveness and release. It says you are stronger when you carry love and forgiveness rather than anger. Strong in a sense of not like, oh yeah, you strong, you tough. But stronger as in vitality, energetically, emotionally, physically, spiritually. Stay optimistic. Positive thinking and faith will bring romance into your life. That's because you won't be around here judging everybody or having trust issues or whatever the case may be. Now, this not saying that you living in Delulu land and you're not paying attention to certain things. No, you still got your discernment and you still got your wisdom. I'm not saying that at all. Law of attraction. You have been manifesting this relationship. Everything you want will soon be yours. Whether it's a relationship with self, whether it's this new shift of the world entirely, whether it's your own love life and other aspects, friendships, romantic connections, whatever it may be. We could all be really happy right now if we just forgive and release. Some people like, I forgave. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. There will be a smile on your face. I mean, I don't got to smile all the time. There will be a smile on your face. I said what I said. Redirect your thoughts. Focus on what you want to attract in this relationship, not on what you fear will happen. Take care, resonate. A lot of times, if you just pay attention to people, their body language, how they're acting, etc., you can pick up on what's going on. A lot of people just need hugs. A lot of people just need space. A lot of people just need words of encouragement, advice. Not criticism, not hatred, not yelling, not telling them you'll never be anything. I understand they may have hurt your feelings, but child, if there was no more love in the world, I wonder where the world would be, because you got some of the main people who are able to bring this energy around, who's starting to slowly just become bitter and other stuff like that. And that's fine, because the whole world does not need to be carried on your shoulders to make you feel like, oh, I gotta be 100% happy and do this and do that to keep the vibrations up in the world and keep the world from harming each other. Nah. If that was the case, baby, you probably wouldn't be on the earthly plane. You'd probably be somewhere up there, okay? So, I mean, you be in whatever energy you're going to be in, but just keep in mind what I'm telling you. Keep it in mind. Keep it in mind. Use your intelligence with these things. Okay, I see this person is showing up in this type of energy. Not because it's personally towards me, because I'm unworthy and I'm unlovable and this and that. Nah, it's because maybe in somewhere in their life they felt unworthy, unlovable. They were mistreated, maybe felt neglected by their parent or guardian. I mean, similar to that energy, you get what you give, but in a shifted energy, more like what was given is what one's gonna get, you know? So it's like people just start, especially when you get to experiencing it as a kid. That's why a lot of people meet these grown human adults, but they're just little kids in grown people bodies. But it's not our personal jobs to be out here doing this and doing that, especially when we haven't even tended to ourselves. The same thing that we're trying to do to the next person, we're needing to do to ourselves. And you'll possibly even fall short trying to save the next person or operate in this particular energy. And that'll be more of a bigger disservice to yourself. Then you will probably start pointing the finger at this person like, man, I tried to help them. I didn't engage. I didn't did it. Babe, it's like talking to a brick wall. They're already operating in particular energy. And then you didn't set yourself up to get disappointed. They weren't going to be able to show or step up in a particular energy anyway. That's going to take some real work or awakenings or something huge. You know, I came into when my mom passed, it's really when it got to be something that's really huge or something to shift the person for real. And I'm not saying that I needed to be shifted within my own heart space. I always had a big heart, but I'm talking about in like other senses. But with other people, when it comes to like matters of the heart and everything else, sometimes people, it just takes like a certain shift. And possibly like some other stuff, you know. He deserves. Yeah, this song Kanye West, I Wonder, is on. He said, you hoping he get what he deserves. It says, pay attention to the signs. The synchronicities you have been noticing are not coincidences. Leave your fears behind. They are stopping this relationship from blossoming, stopping you from coming into your fullest potential, stopping you. And that's even in the amounts of love. You haven't even loved your fullest yet because other people may have interfered with that. Now you scared. Now you this. You've been hurt before. Some of you guys, maybe you had that glimpse of what it's like for you to really love someone. Possibly your, like, a first love situation almost. But I won't really say for sure, because I mean, you still really just growing and evolving. Still in like the childhood aspect, but not really childhood for real, but it says, open your eyes. If someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. That's what I'm saying. Some of y'all, you start internalizing things. You start taking it personal. If that person is just showing up how they show, that's who they are. Don't you start feeling in a particular energy. That person just need help. That person just need something, honey. But you can lead a horse to water. You can't make him drink, right? So as I was saying, just operate from love. You can either love at a distance, but regardless, it's still just going to be love. So that's what they also mean when they talk about you're not forgiven for them. It's like for you, so that you can really be able to move forward and heal. Imagine y'all 20 some years old, 30 some years old, 40, 50, 60, 80. And something that happened decades ago is still something that you haven't really healed from and moved forward from. She said, disappointed is the least I could say. This is by Mariah the Scientist. It's called To You. Sure was beautiful. Now I'm laying in a grave. Now I'm all covered in dirt. Yeah. Y'all hit that Mariah the Scientist. We've all been there. Now look, she's saying, don't know why she feel ashamed. Don't know why she don't belong. See? We give ourselves karma. Now she over here thinking she don't belong. Now she over here feeling ashamed. And I guarantee you it's probably because of that situation with whoever her boo thing is. Being cheated on, other stuff like that. But that's just, it has nothing to do with your worth. Mariah, Jasmine, Lenisha, Tiffany, whoever, James, Ben, Nicole, anybody, everybody. Put yourself first. Loving yourself makes you more romantically attractive. See, my 2 cents on that was romantically attractive. Do you think I care if you feel like I'm romantically attractive? And then I was like, am I being a bit much? Is that this and that? And I'm like, well, it don't have to be. It can be in a sense of Well, this is why you love yourself. This is why you really wouldn't care if other people find you romantically attractive or do this and do that. But you can also, okay, two truths at once, right? Okay, that's cool. We're going to take that, but we also going to look at it like, did you get offended? Did you ... Because a lot of times, little do you know, certain things offend you. Certain things make you feel a certain way. Certain things. Now that's when the shadow work comes in. Different paths. You are not on the same page with the person you have in mind. The directions you want to move into are different. Open yourself to others. This is how you will create new friendships and attract a love relationship. Distance. The separation you are experiencing is necessary to help the relationship grow. Relationship with self, on your end, the relationship that these other people have with their selves, so they can get, the growth and everything else in. And then that's when it becomes, comes together, union. Not just within a relationship between two, but overall within the world. Engagement is here. It says your love life is soon ascending to a higher level of commitment. And we have patience. Some things still need to be dealt with for this connection to manifest. So take your power back. I'm telling you got to make the effort this time around, though. You can't, when it get difficult and hard, and then you go back into, you know what? I'm depressed again. I'm stressed out again. Nah, I'm thinking negative again. I don't care. Nah, you know what? Let me give them a piece of my mind. No. And like I said, for a lot of people, this may be easier said than done. Especially, I ain't even gonna put an especially on it. It's just regardless, But that don't mean that it's impossible. Just gonna take more effort. This love is worth taking risks. You are called to move forward. This song, y'all most definitely got to check it out. Check it out. Sasha Keeble. It's called Why. 613 could be significant. 51 could be significant. 5115, 1515. Angel number 3. Angel number 72. All right, difficulties is here. It says jealousies from others may serve as obstacles to the success of this connection. Remember we talked about the hater energy? Disliking, disapproving. Sometimes when you think of hater, you are probably not associated with yourself. But when you go deeper into what the energy can mean, you'll be like, oh, damn, I actually was in that energy before. Oh, well, da-da-da. Usually, other people will look at you like, yeah, they hating on your light. They hating on it. And the whole time, similar enough, we can be in certain energies where we're operating in a particular energy. Turning our nose up towards people who are happy and laughing. And they got their little family and their relationship. They all happy. They celebrating on holidays or whatever the case may be. Like I said, for some of y'all, I don't know if y'all separated from somebody, broke up with somebody, but baby, when they see other people, or maybe it's you, when you see other people and they all happy, they got their nose turned up like, man, can't even listen to the happy, jolly Christmas music. It's not supposed to be like that, though. I feel like I said, we internalize things, we take things personal. We gotta stop doing that. We're gonna take ourselves to an early grave, honey. I already feel my heart right now in pain. The irony, heartbreak. Tell me. We be about to unalive ourselves out here. They say it's a gift and a curse to have a heart this big. No, it's not, honey. You don't gotta be a curse, honey. A lot of y'all love girls, love boys, but without the boundaries, without the discernment, without the no shade, the intelligence, right? Y'all be throwing yourself in the deep end, knowing that these people cannot save you because they can't save themselves. It's not because they don't care. It's not because they don't want to care or want to save you. They don't have that capacity, honey bun. But the thing is, you have that capacity. That's why they say give that love to yourself. You're trying to give it to other people and receive it from who? And the crazy thing is, they can't even really give it to you. And that you haven't really given it to yourself. That's why you keep being accessible to these type of things anyway. We give ourselves karma. If life is not going the way that you want it, well, ask yourself why the hell it ain't going the way you want it. Last time I checked, you got the power. You got free will. A lot of time we blame the government. No. But we can also be honest in other ways. And we can say, you know what, I'm just tired. I've been through this, been through that. I didn't grow up learning, this, and that. And now I'm at this point in time to where I'm just like, I'm willing to go through this because I'm too tired to do this. I'm willing to work this, and that because it's easier, it's simpler. I ain't got the energy to do that no more. See, that would be honesty. And maybe other people, honesty would be, well, because, the economy but at the same time, I just feel like you have the power to change your reality and make it any and everything that you want to be. But some of y'all, you just got to dream big again. But a lot of y'all experience shattered dreams and childhood was a mess, right? In certain cases, at least that's the part that you remember. See, he said something about throwing his heart away. He said nothing will ever be the same. You see how deep that is? Throw my heart away. Nothing will ever be the same. It's like, damn. You wonder how you got into a particular energy. You literally feeding your brain certain. The brain gonna take stuff and run with it, babe. We don't think with 30%. We don't even think with 30% of our brain. It's gonna take it and it's gonna run with it. So if you're gonna do anything, train your brain to think with 100%. Cause baby, the hell. But yeah, you gotta dream again. You gotta dream big too. Before, when y'all was kids, I want to be a doctor. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be an astronaut. Then got your dream snatched. You gotta dream big, man. I won't let lightning strike twice. Yeah. Okay, this is OSA or OSA. It's called Switch. Now I'm thinking, you start missing things when it's gone. When it's been cold for too long, you start missing the sun again. When it's been hot all year, you start missing the cool, the snow. When you didn't realize certain things within a particular connection, or you don't have that person in your energy no more, you start reminiscing like, man, I missed that. Da, da, da. Oh, Queen of Cups, Emperor. One pray. Then somebody picking up on that jealousy, like, man, this person got eyes for my person. What you mean your person? Then you curse somebody and say don't talk to you no more? Nah, though. In other senses, y'all are still beautiful. You're still grand. Literally, that didn't go nowhere. That didn't go nowhere. But I feel like this is y'all rebuilding, coming into emotional dependence. No, I'm sorry. Being emotionally dependent on no one. If you guys want to get on the list for a reading or a question, the list is open. Nobody is currently on the list. If you want to get a message out of the collective, you can do that as well. Just make sure you are double tapping the screen, sharing the live, and sending in some gifts. If you do not follow me, make sure you do so, or you may never see my face again. I'm going to be getting off soon. Possibly restart the live or go on my backup account. Picture me rolling. This song is by Jhené Aiko. It's called Waiting. W-A-D-I-N-G. With some other man I know. Somebody gonna really see this though. Out in the open, baby, I know. Yeah. As I was saying, you guys, if you want to get on the list, feel free to do so. Y'all gotta listen. Waiting. If you guys cannot afford my prices, donation base is accepted. Donations are anything that you are able to afford. If you're only able to afford $5, $10, $15, go ahead and click that link in my bio, scroll all the way down to payment options and send in your payment, and I'll get started on your question or your reading. Other than that, this is a collective. Welcome in. If you want to be a part of the collective, make sure you are double tapping that screen, sharing the live, gifting. Don't forget to give me a follow or you may never see my face again. I appreciate you guys for getting me up to 5.5K. Alright, but that's the message that I have for you guys. I'll go ahead and see you in the next one. I return you guys' energy back to you with love, light, and all things grand. And I return my energy back to me with the same energy that I've given out. I hope you enjoy the rest of your lifetime. Stay safe and dangerous. If you ever want to get on the list, feel free to message me. Okay? If I end the live by the time you decide you want to get on the list, just make sure you give me a DM. Alright? Bye.